Well, here we go, race fans, as we roll into the busiest 5 weeks of our game, the most exciting 5 weeks of our game here in horse racing. Welcome to Today at the Races at Laurel Park. Tim Tulloch joined by Keith Fustel, and this is it. This is the game right now.
It's down and dirty time right now, right? I mean, this is ready where the rubber meets the road. No turning back. Yeah, heading into a really good season here, Triple Crown season. Right ahead of us a couple days. Really looking forward to it. I haven't had a chance even to kind of get through those cards down there. I've been dealing with the races here, but exciting.
Well, get tied on because I will call upon you come Saturday for your Derby picks. But we're going to kick it off today with a very, very nice card here this afternoon at the Laurel Park. Track will be rated good. The turf, we are on it, and it will be rated good also. We'll get that to a minute. But let's do a couple housekeeping duties right now. Oaks and Derby Day here at Laurel Park. Friday, gates open at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. First race post for our live card is 12:40. And, of course, the Oaks goes off at 5:51 Saturday. Big day. Our first post, 12:15. Gates open at 10 o'clock. A lot of great racing on Saturday. Also, we have the free Kentucky Derby wagering guide. You can find that. Just download in the First Bet app. For the Kentucky Derby wagering guide, and there'll be a few experts. Are you part of that this year?
I'm not this year, but I'll give out some selections here tomorrow. On Saturday, who I like in the Derby. But Naomi, you in it?
Yeah, no, I didn't get the nod. I didn't get the nod.
Not meeting the standards. Not meeting the standards, Tim. Nope.
Got right out of that race. Yep. Out of that race. Here we go. How about Mother's Day, which is early this year. It's a day. It's Sunday, the day after Derby. I always think it's in between. This year it comes early, and why not? Why make mom wait? Big day at the races here on a Sunday. Nice lunch buffet. Come out and see us. Go to laurelpark.com for more information. Keith, let's get going with our card this afternoon. The weather is a little overcast as we look outside. Track is going to start it good.
Yeah.
We had some rain night before last, and there's still a little bit of moisture in it. I'm sure that might get a little bit better.
I think we're going to get upgraded here. It certainly looks. If the precipitation stays away, I think we're going to get the fast. Looks like the guys have done a great job on this racetrack. Turf course, good.
Looks good.
Yeah, if we see any changes in that, we will let you know. Glad that we made it on the turf today. I wasn't quite so sure.
Well, we got the rain at the right time. The rain came at the right time. The course toward the end of the week last week could have used a little bit of moisture, so I think it will be fine.
Cool.
We'll see how the day plays out. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5 here at Laurel Park. Is for 3-year-old fillies, claiming price $16,000. And let's get right into it. We're going to kick it off with a video on Chica Rabiosa. This is her last start here April 16th, and this is your top pick.
Yeah, it is my top pick. Chica Rabiosa really going good guns right now for Kieran McGee. I just think the horse is keyed up, ready to go. Unfortunately, had a little DQ2 races back, but proven at the 7 for a long distance. Maybe not quite as quick as Cabra Chica early, but I think Avello gets along with this filly really, really well. She'll measure the speed and be able to kind of grind it out, I'd say, from the quarter pole home. Really in good form right now.
She is in good form, and maybe I disregarded how pretty good she's been going 7/8 of a mile. Good figure sitting there, as you see here. She just draws off and gets the job done under Gina Avello. Gina Avello will ride her again this afternoon. She was an easy winner at this level, 2 back to this 3-year-old wide open 16 going a mile. So she's going to take some beating. There's no doubt about it. I have the 6 Cabra Chica on the top for Michael Simone. Angel Cruz gets a call. Maybe getting some relief here from the 3-year-old 25. Early in the 3-year-old year, I think they're starting to separate themselves. It doesn't matter. I think they're starting to separate themselves a little bit. A winner at this level going 3/4 of a mile 2 back with a big figure.
All of a sudden, they found the whole card, it looks like, on Cabra Chica. Numbers, dramatic improvement. We expect horses to kind of start making some improvements this year, but this is a strong improvement. She held well. Really spirited duel last time. Had an extended battle. She's got the positional speed from the outside. I think she'll go ahead and try to control it, but I think she's going to have to worry about this 5 breathing down her neck as they turn for home. She's in very good form. Kieran having a great run right now. I'll throw in the 1, Tracota's Devil. Barn Change was on the worst part of the racetrack on the 26. I think can move up, save some ground with Barbosa, maybe make a run into it on the turn back in distance.
Yeah, 3 of her last 5 races have been good efforts with good figures. New trainer, as you mentioned, about 23% first time with Rob Atras. As we move to race number 2, kicks off the early pick 4. Keith, you put together a ticket. Yeah. Let's see how you sorted this thing out.
Knocking on the door for a couple of nice payouts, too. 457 to get you started. We have a scratch, key scratch, fun while it lasted.
Big scratch.
Was a later scratch this morning. Was the morning line favorite. I'll go 3 deep, 4, 5, and 7. Race 3, 2 deep with the 4 and 6 Sugar Gray Liner. Really ran hard all the way around the racetrack behind Damon's Firster last time out. Going to throw the Firster in there for Duarte as well. Race 4, 2 deep as well with the 4 and the 7. It's game time. Titans, well, I'm going to try to beat the morning line favorite in their Kraken Wagon. Race 5, wrap it up with a 6, 10, and 13. $18. Manageable. End of the week. I mean, you might need a little extra help here for tomorrow's payday, but I think $18, somebody can scrap that up and make a ticket.
We get that and have a little extra cash for the big weekend of racing we have coming up. Race 2 is the first of our turf races today. This one's going 1 1/8 for fillies and mares, which will start for 25 or less, and never won 3 races in their career. We're going to start with our top pick. We're both in on you're in on the 4. You have the 4 on top. Yes, I've got it right there. And this is Color Crush for Ferris Allen, coming off of a bit of a layoff. We're going to go back to September 11th of last year to check out her race, which was going 1 1/8, which she has to go today, and it was over a course labeled good.
Yeah, that's the key for me. I've got to expect this course to have a little bit of give, and she's shown the ability to handle it. Again, off of a 166-day layoff, I'm not terribly concerned about that. I like the sustained run. Moved up into contention right here at the quarter pole and was able to snatch command about 1/8 of a mile to go and kick away. It's faced the right kind, too. Awesome Jazz, a horse. I think she was stakes place at night, if I'm not mistaken, behind one of Trombetta's good fillies. Yeah, so distance is the key here. I know she can get it. I know she can handle a course with a little give in it. Alvello, Ferris Allen scored a 12-1 shot the other day. Offers a little value in here.
The question is, she's got to go 9 furlongs off this long layoff. And we talk about it all the time that these turf horses are used to coming off of layoffs. But 9 furlongs is a long way any way you cut it, so she'll have to overcome that. I have the 7 factor in on top. Javion Toledo for Brittany Russell. We haven't seen this one on the turf since last October, but it was a big race where she did get moved up in the DQ. And ran a good figure back at Delaware Park in October.
Yeah, that third-place finisher did come back, win, and then has recently, I think, ran okay in an A other than at Tampa Bay. So I think factor in, although, okay turf numbers. The Delaware might have been a little inflated, but this is first time Russell turf off a little break. I think this horse will bring a good stalking trip and finish. Mosala now with the scratch of the 2 is a fresh mare here and has a chance with an aggressive type of rider. Lacoste, I think, will go ahead and try to secure command early and control things. Has the ability to handle the distance. Again, is keyed up against the right kind of runners. She's a player a long way on the front end.
No doubt about that, and both of us have that one in the mix. Race 3 is a maiden special weight event, going 7/8 of a mile for maiden 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. And this is a bit of an interesting race. When I looked at a couple scratches, take out the 3 Chocolate Shake, the 7 Heaven's Got Fire. You have the 6 on top, late call, first-time starter for Georgie Duarte by Dialed In out of an Unbridled Mare. Look, the Colts Neck stable works you have to take with a grain of salt because they never work particularly fast there. But I go back to those works at Prairie Meadows, and they work for me.
Well, you got works down there.
Not Prairie Meadows, Palm Meadows.
Palm Meadows.
One of those meadows.
That's okay. You've been out. What's that, Iowa, right? Prairie Meadows. The home of Gene Short out there.
It's a long trip.
Yeah, so, I'm not terribly concerned. Steady works. Half to a Grade 1 winner, Sky Diva, who did it, I think, early and kind of won longer as well. Duarte hasn't run a lot of firsters. I look back over the last 4 or 5 years. Last 3 years. Only 3 on the dirt, maiden special weight. 1 for 3, 3 for 3 in the money with a good, strong ROI. This guy could be any kind, late call. Certainly the horse to beat. Now, Sugar Gray Liner, again, talking about an assist with a scratch of that speed out of there. Heaven's Got Fire. This guy went and watched his. He ran extremely hard every step of the way, just couldn't quite get by Damon's Firster. can't really take anything away. It was a good effort. He just ran into a buzzsaw that day.
It was a really, really good effort. It was going 5.5 furlongs, really couldn't make up any ground. Gets to stretch to 7/8 of a mile this afternoon. No real speed, or appears down to the inside of Sugar Gray Leonard. I know we both took a beating that particular day. You had Sugar Gray Leonard singled on your early pick 4, and I used it also, I think, in the middle pick 4, or something like that, and we both got knocked out by Sugar Gray Leonard, but should make amends today. You have the 2 Rays of Spites in the mix also for Brittany, making her second start, second start.
Again, faces a tougher field here, but that was an eye-catching kind of a move. You see that solid re-rally down inside on the track. I thought this might have a little bit of moisture. Maybe we get a little bit that stays in here by race 3, but an encouraging effort might slip away at an okay price.
Interesting race 3, maiden special weight on the main track. A race 4 is a starter allowance going a mile 16th, and it does kick off of the Rainbow Pick 6. Callie Francois put together a ticket. Spent a little money today. No singles, $86.40, but there's plenty of value, I think, to be had, especially in these later races. 2, 3, 4, 7 here in race 4. In race 5, she uses the 6 and the 12. That's a 5.5 furlong maiden event on the grass. Race 6, she uses a 3 and the 8. She goes 4, 7, 12 in race 7. Race 8, 4, 5, 7, and she finishes out in race 9, 1, 5, 6. $86.40 ticket on the Rainbow Pick 6 this afternoon for Callie Francois. As I mentioned, race 4 is going a mile and 16th. It's a starter nickel for 3-year-olds and upward, and we're going to start with your top pick in here, Keith, or both our top picks. It's game time for Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez. Hey, look, this horse is very, very good right now. Winner at this level in his last race. I love the way this horse showed the ability to lay off the pace going that 1-turn mile. But, boy, he's part of it going 2 turns.
Yeah, I love it. I think he'll be able to just drop in, save a little ground. A couple of these horses might be a little quicker, but he relaxed. He was caught in between horses and brought a strong finish. I know looking at the times and breaking down the internals, it looks like a sluggish last quarter. The 14th, the track played a little funny that day. And visually, you'll go back and watch. This horse was running. It was a sharp win through the wire. I think it's game time right now. Ness, when he gets these kind of lower to mid-level claimers right, they stay right for a while. And this guy gets his stalk and pounce kind of trip today, because you're kind of hoping the public comes in off of that gaudy number from Kraken Wagon last time out.
That's the question. Let's take a look at that race. This was from earlier this month, or earlier in April here at Laurel Park. Kraken Wagon. Big number in this race. Clearly, he was an easy winner, as we can check this race going into the first turn. In his last start. Here we go. Go ahead, pick it up there, Keith.
There it is, Kraken Wagon. And, didn't come away super sharp. A little bit of a bobble, but really recovers quickly, and it's caught 3 deep into the first turn and around the turn. But I tell you, just dragging Barbosa, and he's doing everything he can to kind of rein in the speed. And this guy, he was just – everything just fell into place, it looks like. Got the right kind of surface. Looks like he moves up with a little moisture in the ground. And here it is, top of the stretch. You're thinking, okay, he's kind of going, 24, 47, 2, picking it up. They're going to come to him a little bit. No, how about him widening away by 16? Scratched out of a tougher spot the other day. Comes back. But, man, to run this back, I don't know.
Was it an aberration?
Yeah, that's
it's got to be a little bit of aberration. I mean, he benefited from the moisture in the racetrack. There's no doubt about that. He's 3 for 6. But you don't go from running mid-60s at your best to a 93. I mean, you do that when you lay over the field and your pound's the best, and that's what happened. But he'll have to come back with that this afternoon. The 7 Titans will, both of you and I used a bit here. Look, if he'd drawn a little bit more toward the inside, I would have used him a little bit better, but I still respect him. He's won from out there 3 starts ago, but that was going a mile and an eighth. But I do think the outside draw hurts him with some inside speed.
Yeah, it does. The change of tactics a little bit from its game time. He used to be a little bit more forward and was able to rate last time. Might allow Titans, because Percher has no speed, to get into position. The key is when they engage, and he'll battle Bahama Channel. They're all kind of very similar when you break down their internals. I think they hook up. But man, he's been a fighter. He's the gem of consistency. He can stay the trip, back out to 2 turns, which he likes. So he might even be a little bit better. I'm going to use him in here.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. We need to take a little bit of a break, but when we come back, we'll talk about the late pick 5. Well, if you want to go to the Preakness, now's the time. Tickets are still on sale. You're running out of time, and you want to go to the Preakness. There's no doubt about it. It's the best show in racing. What a great weekend of racing we have. Friday and Saturday, 14 stakes, a bunch of graded stakes, along with the Black-Eyed Susan and, of course, the Preakness Stakes.
If we can come anywhere close to last year, I mean, with the racing, the quality of racing, the finishes, I mean, we had some just tremendous stretch runs, turf, dirt, it didn't matter. It was really, really good. I hope we're poised to bring back another card like that and get those kind of exciting stretch runs. It was good. It was good. Value was there. We picked some good winners over the weekend, but looking forward to it. And you got great value too. I mean, take a look at those tickets. Tickets are still available. Find yourself a good spot, turfside, terrace, inside, whatever. You're not going to be disappointed.
Nope. Best spot to watch for racing in America is on the veranda at Pimlico. You can see, you're up above it, you're close. I really, really like it. But let's move on to race 5. Kicks off the late pick 5. This is a wide open maiden event. Any way you look at it, Keith, $40,000 is a maiden, claiming price 5.5 furlongs on the grass. We'll start with your top pick. That is the 10.
Yeah.
Imagine the Kiss for Carla Morgan, taking on the turf for the first time. Hey, look, you've got to respect these guys. I've got a couple in this race and later on this afternoon. Debut race, not very good, didn't get away, and faded on the dirt in her last start.
Yeah, a little fade, but against the grain. Showed a little improved speed, carried it a little bit longer, but I think the key is turf for this girl today. Imagine the Kiss, right? Carla Morgan, Forest Boys, have to miss Jay McKay, who just won a stake in New York. Lots of turf. Even Mr. Jay McKay, the half pro, did win on the turf and ran like a lower 70 kind of figure. I think this is going to be the key. Sneaks away at a price, tactical speed. Sensen, is going to take a ton of play. Flimsy, 12 o'clock rock, certainly. But for my exacta key, I'm going to take a shot with Imagine the Kiss. Imagine was all turf. Breeding certainly there on the bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, I love the bottom side. I just have never been able to get on Imagining to a ton of extent, but you have to respect the connections and the bottom side. I'm on the 12 Flimsy for Graham Motion. Now we know Graham they don't particularly run particularly well in debut, but this is a good draw. But one thing Graham's horses always do, if they don't win, they always come with a lot of finish. It might be good for second, it might be good for third, but this long stretch to the second wire. Now the downside, when I went to look a little deeper, 6-time winner, the mare, all on the dirt. Second dam, 2-time winner, stakes winner, all on the dirt. So I'm not sure where I'm going to get my grass, I guess, from up top.
Maybe up top side. Violence, 17% with the first-time starters, 13% with the turfers. So there you go. You're looking for that. You're right. I mean, we show a lot of Graham Motion replays from debut. You kind of look. But, this she catches a field that's not
the right field.
Yeah, she catches the right kind of field. So if she is ready, I think she'll make some inroads in here. Sensen, obviously, this is going to be the first time Lasix on the turf for Sensen. Certainly speed and has some heart. Ran into killers last time out. 81 Buyer was the winning number in that race on the dirt on the 22nd. At 12 o'clock rock, I think back to the best distance.
This horse draws
sprinting.
13
draws in, sprinting on the turf. Really good debut. Kind of had to work for a little stuff. Came wide with a handy run. Yeah, I think a little bit more forceful effort today.
I mean, this beginning of the pick 5 offers a lot of value here. I think it could go a lot of different ways in this maiden event on the grass. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. I did a ticket for it, but we'll get to that later this afternoon. You can check it out on the website. Go to laurelpark.com and go to Daily Picks. I'll talk about that ticket later on this afternoon.
Right.
Race 6 is 3-year-olds and up. For never won 3 races for $10,000, going 3/4 of a mile. You have the 8 on top. This is the Cairo Kid. Look,
yeah.
I like this horse. I like this horse a lot. He's capable with his best. I just feel like he's got to get the right ride, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, and he might not get it. I mean, Pepe and Haywood had the worst of it last time when these two faced off, had to take back. He might just keep them entertained a ton. Barbosa's really going to have to rate beautifully into the turn and save as much for the finish for this guy. I'm hoping he can separate by the time they hit the top of the stretch and hold on for dear life. Rapid Response would be one of the ones I think could close, maybe even Shambo into it. I'll use the 7. I know I don't have the horse in my top 4. Really an odd horse. I can't figure this guy out at all. I mean, no good at Timonium. Freshen, but has back numbers, might rally. Use that horse in your supers, but I'll key around the 4 and the 8.
The Cairo Kid, look, I miss Katie Davis, but nobody misses Katie Davis like the Cairo Kid because she had this horse's whole card. She was able to rate this horse early and get some finish out of him. And when you look at his races when he's, and I hope J-Ron's savvy enough to go back and watch this one's replays, even 2 races ago, when Montanez kind of made this one settle, he came with a good run and just missed. And you look at his best races, settle early, crank him down early, then let him come with some finish. You can't keep him down long. Katie wasn't able to do that either.
No,
but it was just enough to let him come with some finish. Maybe the outside draw helps him a little bit. I do have the 3, Pepe and Haywood on top, but this is another one who couldn't make any headway, going 5.5 furlongs in his last race. Now, look, the downside is I hope some of that moisture does stay in the main track because he seems to be a little bit better on a track with moisture.
Real quick, we got a stat on the 4. I'll
right.
throw that out for you, too. Rapid Response. Lacey got that a little drop. Sometimes I'm a little bit leery here when she drops the horses, but Rapid Response gets back to the right spot. He's been over his head. Last 3 years, 3 for 13, 23%, 8 for 13 no money. Dirt Sprint, now 3rd off this kind of layoff, 6,200 AD layoff, 249 for your ROI. There's no John the Bear. There's no assembly points in here. Sit back and make your run.
There you go. And I agree with you. When Lacey drops one, you're just never you're just never quite just sure. Kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Race 7. First level allowance race for 3-year-olds. A lot of scratches in here. To take out the 1, the 6, the 8, the 9, and the 10. It was a big 12-horse field. Stays together with 7 horses, but they're really the ones that counted at the end of the day, with the exception of the 10, who's re-entered for Saturday. A lot of hope. So let's start with your top pick. This is a 12 Rominski for Claudio Gonzalez. We have not seen this one since last November. But this is how it went last November, where he didn't get away the best. And, boy, did he do some running after this.
No, and I give credit to Cruz here. Angel Cruz off out of this break. And you saw the debut run. Horse that was up on the lead, battling, and this happens. Second out. 3-1, took play into a pretty good field as a 2-year-old, and really rates this horse and just sits and sits. Al Loves Josie, we know, is very fast, so he's smart, and we're not going to go up and try to entertain these horses. Kenner, even very, very quick. But just methodically makes his way up. Good job saving as much ground as he can mid-turn. Love seeing that. And then just kind of gets him outside off of a little harness from some cover, right? And just kind of, here we go. Down the lane, just a good, solid, sustained run. He just wasn't quite good enough to catch the winner who had a good trip. Right? Got the jump on him, spotted him, a ton of lengths here, but really comes up finishing strong. We haven't seen him now, since late November. Lasix goes on.
Exactly, and there are a couple of things here. That's a great move by Angel Cruz. I love when riders will look. It didn't go well. Let's just sit back here and salvage. But sometimes you learn things about racehorses by default.
Yeah.
And you learned that, look, this horse doesn't care about being behind horses. He can run at horses. Yeah. And as horses move on in the career, they always run into somebody who's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's important for them to learn that lesson. He will be very, very tough this afternoon. Claudio hits about 20% off this type of layoff. I do have the 7 Yo nested around on Kern on top. This one is what my price play of the day. Just missed at this level in his most recent last 3 races for the new connections, getting better and better, ascending figures with 3 second place. Just missed finishes.
Yeah, aggressive move, dropped the side. got clear, just couldn't quite hold on. Golden Eyes, well meant, but you're right. The improvement dramatic for this guy lately. So I think you've got to really worry about Jonas Round on Kern. Real quick about Rominski. Yeah, the outside horse at my top. Right. Half to where she told me to go. Pretty good horse, right?
Yeah, so we've heard of that one before.
And let's look at Damon's horse. Yeah, Super Love. Yeah. We didn't show this video. I probably should if we can get it up later. Maybe do. That includes Sugar Gray Leonard from earlier. But, man, popped the latches, outran a fast horse, and just kept on. Would not be denied. I mean, he was just.
It was a good-looking effort.
Oh, completely tenacious up front. Love it. Coming back, giving a little bit of a break here, a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks. I think Super Love, again, who goes with him? Back in the woods quick. But he might just be that fast, Super Love. I mean, the jock did what he could do to throttle him down. He just kept on going.
Yeah, 45 and 45. The half is where he's going to get the best of back in the woods.
Yes.
That second quarter of a mile. Race 8 is a starter mile and 16th for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Big scratch in here, I think. The two, take out the 2 Sammy Sunshine. That changes the whole dynamic for your top pick. The 5 Acadian Girl. Now, she's still going to have some speed to deal with down toward the inside. She's all courage, is showing a little bit of speed, but not like the speed that Sammy Sunshine was going to show.
Nope. I've never seen Mark Lapidus dance, but he might have did some dancing this morning when he saw that scratch, right, of Sammy Sunshine.
I don't know if you want to see Mike.
I don't know. He might have all the moves. We don't know. But, hey, yeah, that's it. I mean, Brewery's been able to benefit, from sitting behind these horses and let them go at it. Acadian Girl, she jumps back any of this 2-back, 3-back race. I think that she's going to get the jump on the closers here. She's all courage, wants to go with Acadian Girl. I think it's going to be to her detriment.
Yeah. And I need her, too, because I do have Brewery on top. She does need some flow to run into. She has beaten Acadian Girl the last 2 times they have matched up. However, 2 starts ago, she did have that flow. She's going to need it today. So I'm depending on She's All Courage in race 8. Race 9, maiden special weight, 5.5 furlongs on the turf, maiden 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. Let's start with your top pick. This is a 7. I can do that for Michael Merriman. And by Divining Rod, love these Divining Rods out of an outflanker mare. Hey, look, working pretty forwardly up there at Pimlico.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a reach. The Centano on my form was also named on Declaration of Time, who I liked. Looking at the breeding, look at the bottom side. You've got some horses, some mares. Joy Royale used to run against heaven knows what. The mother wants some really good storylines in the 9th. But Divining Rod, right, he hits above 20%, Tim, with the first-time starters. Calliope, makes this horse a half to Epic Idea. Great idea. They ran well. As soon as they were put on the turf, they ran well. I think this guy's going to be ready to go early. I like the choice here with Centeno. Some okay works leading into this. Yeah, Brown's going to get crushed. I'm not in love with this 6. I'm going to key around the 1 and the 7 because I know the 1 Street Magicians are all right, and I think heaven knows what the bottom side. There's turf there as well.
I am in love with the 6.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I am in love with the 6. Coming out of some good races where he ran very, very well, puts himself in a good spot. Look, I'm not in love with the bottom side, on the grass, but I just think he might be able to overcome. Okay. He just looks, figures-wise, they're going to have to run pretty hard if he can run back to those numbers on the grass. The most interesting horse in this race. Well, let's go to the 8. Because we have a video spotlight on the 8. Pick and see glass for Roy Peacock. We're going to go back to last October here at Laurel Park. First time out, and ran a pretty decent race after running a little greenly.
Yeah, a little erratic, had some issues, no doubt. But I tell you, handled a little bit of traffic around the turn, was bottled up slightly towards the inside there, mid-turn, 3/8 pole into the stretch. He's able to kind of work to the outside, and you're like, okay, here we come. Here we come. And then just all of a sudden a little greenness sets in over to that left lead for just a little bit. 6 count, pick and see glass goes in, but still very willing to the wire and out of that field. Foam with that horse recently came back and ran a 72. So looking at the numbers comparatively in fields, can be used, and I think in the exactas and super.
I've got interest in the 5, a lot of interest in 5. In fact, on my original late pick 4 ticket, I had singled on the 6 Breon. I went back and the more I looked at the 5 Declaration Time, the more I would like, you know what, I can't leave this one off. Kate DeMassey's very good with her turf sprinters.
Yes,
she's very good with her first time out on turf and first time starters. But this is out of a 10-time stakes-winning mare. She was a multiple stakes winner on the turf. She just got beat in her debut race at First Asking at Gulfstream Park, working very well up there at Parks. Gets Victor Carrasco. The more I looked, the more I liked. So I threw that one in.
Agreed.
On my late pick 4.
Okay, there you go.
That's going to do it for Keith and myself. 12:10, right on time, my friend. There you have it. Keith is here. Dave Rodman will be up next with Scratches and Changes.
You got it. Good luck.